There is something wonderfully suspicious about a cat who wakes up every morning already dressed for a formal event. White shirt, polished little shoes, perhaps a pair of gloves, and absolutely no intention of behaving formally. That is the irresistible charm of the tuxedo cat. They may look ready for an elegant dinner party, but 5 minutes later, they're inside a cardboard box attacking a piece of packing paper. But how much do we really know about these beautifully dressed cats? Today, we're counting down 10 fascinating facts about tuxedo cats, including how they get their markings, whether tuxitude is real, and why no two tuxedos are ever exactly alike. Let's begin with fact number 10. A tuxedo cat is not a breed. The word tuxedo simply describes a coat pattern. The classic tuxedo is mostly black with white fur on the chest, belly, paws, and sometimes the face. This creates the illusion of a dark jacket worn over a crisp white shirt. Because it is a pattern rather than a breed, tuxedo markings can appear in many different kinds of cats. A tuxedo may be a small domestic shorthair, a fluffy domestic longhair, or a member of a recognized breed such as the Maine Coon, Persian, British Shorthair, American Shorthair, or Norwegian Forest Cat. However, it isn't completely accurate to say that tuxedo coloring appears in every breed. Some breeds have coat standards or genetics that don't include this black and white combination. The Bombay, for example, is known for its completely black coat. So, when someone tells you their cat is a tuxedo, you know what the cat is wearing, but not necessarily anything about their ancestry. Fact number 9. There is no official tuxedo uniform. Some tuxedos look as though they followed the dress code perfectly. They have a white chest, 4 matching white paws, and perhaps a neat little white stripe down the face. Others seem to have gotten dressed in the dark. A tuxedo can have a tiny white patch that looks like a bow tie, a large white bib, knee-high boots, ankle socks, or just one mysteriously different paw. Some have white mustaches, black goatees, crooked nose stripes, or patches that give them a permanently surprised or mildly offended expression. The markings do not need to be symmetrical, and there is no precise amount of white required for people to use the tuxedo nickname. In more formal coat terminology, these cats are usually classified as bicolor, meaning their coats combine white with another color. The name is most commonly used for black and white cats, although people sometimes describe gray and white cats as tuxedos when their markings resemble a suit. Basically, the dress code is flexible, and tuxedos are famous for interpreting it creatively. Fact number 8. Their outfits begin forming before they are born. A cat's dark fur receives its color from pigment-producing cells. As a kitten develops before birth, these cells move through the body toward the developing skin and hair follicles. Where pigment-producing cells are present, the fur grows in color. In areas where those cells are absent, the fur grows white. White spotting in domestic cats has been connected to genetic variation involving a gene called KIT, which plays a role in the development and movement of certain cells. But these genetics do not produce one perfectly predictable design. That is why kittens from the same litter can have very different markings. One may have a small white chest patch, while another looks as though they stepped into a bucket of white paint. So, if your tuxedo has mismatched socks or a crooked mustache, it wasn't a wardrobe malfunction. That unique design began developing before your cat was even born. Fact number 7. No two tuxedo cats wear exactly the same suit. Even when two tuxedos look very similar, the size, shape, and placement of their markings will be different. One cat may have a narrow white stripe on the nose, while another has a wide blaze covering most of the face. One may have 4 white paws, while another has only white toes. Even small details, such as a spot under the chin or a patch on the belly, help make each cat recognizable. Their markings are a little like feline fingerprints. Every arrangement is an original. And that might be one reason tuxedo parents become so fascinated by their cat's appearance. That funny mustache or single white eyebrow doesn't belong to tuxedos in general. It belongs specifically to their cat. Fact number 6. Tuxedo cats can be male or female. This may sound obvious, but coat color genetics can work very differently depending on the pattern. Calico and tortoiseshell coloring is closely associated with the X chromosome, which is why the overwhelming majority of calico and tortoiseshell cats are female. The traditional black and white tuxedo pattern does not follow that same rule. Tuxedos can be male or female, and wearing a little black suit does not make a cat more likely to be one or the other. You also cannot reliably predict a tuxedo's adult size, health, or lifespan from the pattern. Those qualities depend much more on the cat's breed background, individual genetics, healthcare, nutrition, environment, and lifestyle. The suit may be memorable, but it doesn't reveal the cat's entire biography. Fact number 5. Tuxedo cats can live almost anywhere cats are found. Tuxedos did not originate as one specific breed in one particular country. Black and white cats can be found in homes, shelters, farms, and outdoor cat populations around the world. You may occasionally see claims that one country has more tuxedo cats than any other, but there is no reliable international census that counts cats according to this particular coat pattern. Countries with large domestic cat populations probably have plenty of tuxedos, but naming an official tuxedo capital of the world would be more guesswork than science. In other words, the tuxedo may resemble Western formal wear, but the cats themselves are international. Fact number 4. The pattern does not determine eye color. Many tuxedo cats have beautiful green, gold, yellow, or amber eyes. Because these colors are framed by dark fur, their eyes can appear especially bright and dramatic, as if the cat applied eyeliner before entering the room. But tuxedo markings do not produce one particular eye color. A cat's eyes are influenced by their individual genetics and breed background. Some black and white cats can have blue eyes, and occasionally a cat may have two differently colored eyes, a condition known as heterochromia. So while those glowing green eyes may complete the outfit perfectly, they are not a required part of the tuxedo look. Now, we reach fact number 3. Tuxitude is a real nickname, but not a scientifically proven personality type. Tuxedo parents often describe their cats as playful, affectionate, clever, confident, dramatic, talkative, mischievous, or strangely talented at opening doors and cabinets. Many behave like tiny supervisors. They follow their humans from room to room, carefully inspecting every household activity while contributing absolutely nothing to the work. These stories inspired the word tuxitude, which describes the supposedly larger-than-life personality of a tuxedo cat. It's a fun and affectionate nickname, but scientists have not identified a temperament caused specifically by the tuxedo pattern. A cat's personality develops through a complicated combination of genetics, early socialization, health, environment, previous experiences, and relationships with people. Breed background may also influence certain tendencies, but coat markings alone cannot reliably tell us whether a cat will be affectionate, vocal, energetic, shy, or comfortable around children and other animals. Of course, your tuxedo may genuinely be brilliant, hilarious, and extremely opinionated. That personality is real. It simply belongs to your individual cat, not automatically to everyone wearing the same outfit. Fact number 2. The internet has given tuxedo cats imaginary superpowers. You may have heard that tuxedos are twice as intelligent as other cats, develop faster, open their eyes earlier as kittens, swim better, or have unusually powerful senses. These claims are entertaining, but they are not supported by strong scientific evidence. There is also a popular story that tuxedo cats received special treatment in ancient Egypt, or that most cats depicted in Egyptian tombs were tuxedos. Ancient Egyptians certainly valued cats, but those very specific claims about tuxedo cats have not been established by reliable historical evidence. Tuxedos do not need imaginary accomplishments to be fascinating. Their real genetics, one-of-a-kind markings, and individual personalities are already interesting enough. And if your tuxedo has successfully trained you to serve breakfast at 5 in the morning, they may indeed be a genius. Just remember that the credit belongs to the cat, not the coat. And finally, fact number 1. The contrast between elegance and chaos may be their true secret. A tuxedo can sit upright with perfectly crossed paws, looking like the host of a very expensive dinner party. Then, without warning, that same cat may sprint through the house, slide across the floor, knock over an empty box, and disappear behind the couch. They look dignified even when they are being completely ridiculous. Perhaps that is why so many people find them irresistible. Every tuxedo combines a naturally elegant appearance with the unpredictable behavior of a cat. The result is a tiny, formal guest who may steal your chair, interrupt your meetings, inspect your groceries, and complain loudly when dinner is 3 minutes late. Tuxedos are not one breed. They do not share one personality, and they do not possess scientifically proven superpowers. They are wonderfully varied cats whose genetics create beautiful black and white designs. Some wear gloves, some wear boots. Some have bow ties or mustaches, and others appear to have spilled milk all over their formal shirts. But every tuxedo is an original. Now tell us about the tuxedo in your life. Do they have mismatched socks, a funny mustache, or a perfectly white shirt front? And do they have the famous tuxitude? Or are they completely different from the stereotype? Share their most unusual marking and funniest personality trait in the comments. And subscribe for more friendly, fact-checked videos about the fascinating cats who share our homes.